Well, this Saturday marks the grand opening celebration of the new Ecesius Arts Museum. It's a one-of-a-kind space dedicated to preserving and honoring the history of burlesque, an art form often misunderstood, but rich in storytelling and empowerment. And the woman behind this project is already known to millions as a fan favorite on the hit show American Pickers, but her passion goes far beyond antiques. Today we want to welcome Danielle Colby. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So Danielle, Ecesius Arts Museum. Let's start with that. We were just talking about this before the show started. What does Ecesius mean? What's the background on the word?
So Ecesius was a word that they used to use in the old-timey newspapers, right?
Okay.
To promote burlesque. And so we really stuck with that word because it's a beautiful word and it really explains well what we do. And it's, you know, it's a welcoming word, I think.
Yes, I love it. It's unique. I think it really draws people in for sure. This is a very personal project for you.
True.
So talk a little bit more about what inspired you to create a whole museum.
So I've been with American Pickers for 17 years now, 16, 17 years. And during that time, I've had the incredible privilege to be able to collect as much burlesque history as possible. And this is a kind of our opportunity to let the world see the collection, what we've been doing for the last 17 years, and yeah, just share a bit.
Amazing. Well, right now on the screen, we've got a photo actually of you.
Oh, that is me.
So burlesque is near and dear to your heart. It's something that you have been involved in for many, many years.
True.
So talk a little bit more about just the history and honoring the performers. That's a big reason why you wanted to start this museum.
Absolutely. I think oftentimes when people think of burlesque, they kind of have one thing in their mind. It's the only thing that they've ever seen or heard of. And it could be different depending on who you're talking to.
Right.
So this gives people an opportunity to really come in and understand what the world of burlesque is about, what it's adjacent to, what it can do for community, and what it can do for ourselves as well, just as femmes or as people in the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So often seen as entertainment, of course, it is very entertaining. There's a deep historical, cultural dimension to it. I mean, you just talked about the word Ecesius and how it was, you know, used in old-timey papers and things of that sort. So talk about kind of how the museum really explores that balance between history, but also entertainment and fun and enjoyment.
Yeah, great question. Because we have to strike a balance.
Yeah.
Because as history moves and changes, our lives move and change, and the art moves and changes. So what's really cool is to come in and look from the left side, go around the room to the right side, and you start in the 1800s, and then you end in modern day. So basically we're starting with early circus and burlesque items from Lily Langtry, from Josephine Baker, Mae West, Sally Rand, they're actual items. And then we go through time to like the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and you know, visit Lynn O'Neill and Tempest Storm and Kaiva and Hetty Jo Starr. Burlesque costumers and burlesque performers alike. Yeah,
very, very cool. And you actually, you brought some items with you here today. So these
Well, I brought these because oftentimes people want to know how to shimmy, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how to shimmy. All right?
Shimmy. Okay.
Pop on a belt, you choose a color.
Okay.
All right. And then we'll stand.
And you might be hearing this off in the background as well because you've given my daughter one of these and she's playing with it right now.
All right, so you just pop it on. You can kind of put it where it's comfortable on you.
Okay.
I like to kind of let it sit just a little bit lower.
Okay.
And this is really simple. It's really fun and easy. So if you want to learn just like a basic burlesque shimmy, it's very much like a belly dance or Rex shimmy, right?
Yep.
So you want to start by like popping your right hip up.
Okay, I'm still tired.
And then while you pop your right hip up, you bend your left knee.
Okay.
Right? And then pop back.
Okay.
And then back.
I can do that.
And then back.
As long as we do it slowly. We've got the chiropractor here today.
Right?
So,
so you just kind of let it work for you.
Yeah.
And that's really what we're doing when we're creating that kind of sound. And you can kind of like really get it going. But yeah, that gives you kind of a little bit of an idea of what it's like to shimmy. And if you're having issues with like mobility, then you can just give it a little shake this way.
You're amazing. A big part of this too, I mean, I can't wait to go and see just all the beautiful costumes and everything like that like, throughout the years. Very cool. So you talked about a lot of collecting over the years with American Pickers and beyond. I mean, what is that, did you start to get the idea to build something like this many years ago? Like, when did this come to you?
So, let me get rid of that sound for you there.
It's okay.
So what happened is I started burlesque here in the early 2000s. So I started that type of work in about 2006. Okay. And it just kind of grew into burlesque, and then burlesque really started hard and heavy for me in about 2008, 2009. Yeah. And this area here went crazy for it.
Well, we still have,
right?
We still have it, and they're like the groups that are doing it are doing a wonderful job. Yeah.
And the groups that are doing it, I taught most of them.
I know that.
And that's the part about it that I come back and I look and I see they're still doing it.
Yes.
You have like Red and Kitty Review. You have Mac DeVille. You have Mary is doing her thing too. So you have a lot of these performers that kind of came from that spot from my classroom, and I get to watch them.
It's really, really
I get
amazing.
to see them on stage, and
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so the grand opening of the museum is this Saturday. It's much more than a ribbon cutting celebration. There's all kinds of stuff going on inside. So what can people expect when they purchase tickets to this?
So when you purchase tickets, it includes all of your cocktails for the evening, and it also includes a beautiful museum tour that's given by myself. Yeah. I'll host the event. And then we have one of my great friends from New York, Minnie Tonka, who's a wonderful burlesque artist who I've really learned from through the years. She'll be joining us. Wow. And then Julieta from Puerto Rico, and Madame Nymphea from Puerto Rico, and Zaradka Tonic from Chicago. And then we also have Dahlia Dutch, Desdemona, and Jem Fatale from here. Wow. So it's nice because we get a little bit of like international flavor, a little bit of like countrywide flavor, but we also get our wonderful performers here as well.
How are you feeling? I mean,
I feel amazing.
Yeah,
I feel very proud. I feel very excited. I feel like this is what I can contribute to our community, where people can come and educate, celebrate, and you know,
it's exciting as our arts scene continues to grow that this is an art that we can include in that. Here's the information on the screen for anybody watching. The Ecesius Arts Museum is located at 322 Brady Street in downtown Davenport. That grand opening is set for this Saturday, June 21st. Doors open at 6, the museum tour begins at 7, and the show starts at 8. To get your tickets, visit ecesiusartsmuseum.com. Congratulations, Danielle Colby. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate you.